is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to podcast Health Matters podcast this morning. I'm Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Guys, we are so here, so glad to have you guys here this morning. We want you to join us in on this conversation, this nice, cozy morning.
I like what you said the first time when you say we are so here.
We are so
We
here.
are so here.
We are so here. Y'all see our room? Look at our studio, guys. We
here.
decorated our studio. I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but we decorated our
We
studio.
are here.
We are here, guys.
2024 and moving into
2025, shifting into 2025,
That's what we're gonna do.
coming
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
old, going into the
Yeah.
what?
To the new.
Into the new. And we are here, guys. We want you to join us on this morning. We're a little bit behind, but that's okay. Little technical difficulties, but that's good. We got our little festy cups here this morning. And we
gonna-
being a little bit Christmas
right.
this morning.
So listen, guys, we want you to join us right here every Saturday at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information pertaining to your health and well-being. We'll have healthcare professionals and other professionals on the show to assist us in helping you to be the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and your well-being.
Absolutely, guys. And so you already know what to do. Go ahead and like our page on Facebook, Get Fit with Jackie Fitness, and head over to YouTube and click and subscribe to Help Matters Jackie and Coach.
That's right. And make sure you like and share, like and share, like and share. Birthdays,
sir.
anniversaries for the month of December is almost out of here, but happy birthday and
Yes.
anniversary to everybody that's celebrating.
All
Birthdays
the
and
birthdays we
anniversaries.
have our very own. I think Deborah
Deborah
McDaniel. Yes,
McDaniel,
she
yeah.
has a no anniversary. Her
Anniversary.
birthday's in January. Mia Jolly birthday is in
December.
she already had her birthday, so
Okay.
she had a birthday. We had our mother in love in heaven,
My father.
Erlene,
Mhm.
his father, anniversary to his eldest sister Brenda.
Yeah,
We had
50,
lots.
52,
She said
57
52 years.
52 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
yeah.
She had us laughing because she said, "Child, we don't even know what to do. We just stay in the house and watch movies." But that's okay.
And she said she had got a pedicure, manicure, all that good stuff.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yes, that's
So she
awesome.
got
That's
petted down.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, but guys,
Awesome,
yes,
awesome,
that is so awesome.
Still
guys.
celebrating love, you know. Still
Mm-hmm.
becoming one after 50 something years.
Yes,
You know,
yes, and
just
that's amazing, and that's even through the the ins and outs, ups and downs, the
Right.
highs and lows, they still here.
it's an inspiration to us, you know, to
Yeah.
strive, to know that, you know, all things won't be a bed of roses when it comes
Yeah.
to marriage. But guess what? Together, we're going to make it through it.
Yeah, but you
Each
got
and every time.
You got to want to do it, and
Gotta
you got
want to
to
do it.
put the effort and
Yeah.
the effort in it, and also you got to put the work in.
Most definitely. So
Yes,
we're going to
sir.
be kind of talking about all of these type of things, y'all. We're just
Yes,
going to
yes,
flow
yes,
a little
yes,
bit
sir.
this morning, so we may go a little bit everywhere. But we just want to talk about shifting into 2025. But we're going to acknowledge our sponsors, our friends, our partners, Aiken Chiropractic, Dr. Dan. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawrence Street Northwest, right here in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191. And their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com. If you would like to be a sponsor, partner, or friend of this broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. And also scrolling across the screen, if you just like to give to help us do what we do, you'll see our Cash App, Coach and Coach P&J. All right? Love you guys. Love you guys. Y'all hang tight. We're going to have a good conversation. Feel free to
Yes.
call in.
Yes.
Call in.
Call in.
592-8862.
And also share your comments. You can say a question because this is just a conversation. This is a conversation. We had a lot that went on. This year.
This year was a doozy. I'll just say whatever
It-
doozy mean, it was a doozy.
So guys, and we just, and that's why we said we're shifting. So we're moving. We just moving into the new. What's the scripture said? All things, leaving those things behind and pressing towards. And I think that was Paul said, I have not obtained that I have obtained it. Everything I don't, but I still press.
Press.
Toward the mark, and that press is effort. That press can be ups and downs. That press is momentum. You got to keep the momentum going.
That
Because
process.
when ups and downs come, highs and lows come, we can tend to lose momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to continue to press. We got to continue to move forward.
Most definitely.
Yes, and so if you're out there, you're shopping, you're out early doing your last minute shopping for Christmas, go ahead and put your phone on and just kind of tune in. If you're in the car, go ahead and tune in and to this conversation this morning. But it's going to be a great conversation, But if not, go ahead and later go back and what I
View it
say.
later.
Yeah, view it later. Hey, we live, guys. We just having a good
So-
time this morning. But
So,
yes,
we're talking about shifting into 2025, and as Jackie, we make that transition into a new
Mhm.
year. It's so important, that we analyze, we assess ourselves, we take that inventory
upset.
of ourselves, and then
Yes.
decide. And that's the thing, because when you decide to do something, you have to put some action behind that. Decide to become a better you. Decide to be the best you
Wow.
that you can be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look to your left or your right. Decide to be the best you that you can be. And that's different for everybody in every area of life, in every walk of life. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. If you got anything you want to share, with the listening audience, please call in 706-592-8862, or just put something in the comments and we'll broadcast it over the podcast. So we're just going to talk to you this morning. So we're going
Right.
to be going a little bit everywhere, but it's going to be all about the transition.
Yes,
All about
because
going
we
into a new
are. I mean,
season.
whether we is inevitable. Change has happened. Is happening. But we got to transform our mindsets.
Right.
It's like have a complete paradigm shift of our mindset and how we're thinking, how we are doing, how we're moving, and and like you said, Coach, taking that inventory of ourselves.
Right. And I like how you said it's about changes. William Murphy made a song about changes, and he said so many of us want changes, some of the lyrics, but we don't want to go through changes. In order to have change, we got to go
Through
through some changes.
changes.
So that makes us better. Yeah.
Wow.
I love that song.
And that's absolutely right. And like I said, we so quick to look at the fault of others. Just let's be real. But we have to kind of look at ourselves.
Mhm.
Not that we're bad people. We just have some things that we go through.
Right.
And it's how we handle
Navigate.
and
through it.
navigate through
Right.
these and how we handle them. And that's a good thing. Getting help, getting support, credible authorities,
Mhm.
people who can speak into your life, not going to sugarcoat anything for you, but tell you, just tell you truth. Not only give you scripture, but give you some practical wisdom.
Constructive,
I heard a
constructive
comment.
criticism.
Yes,
Yeah.
I heard a comment yesterday, and I immediately called Coach Patrick, and I said, "Oh my, that's good." And I heard that before, and I said it, but when you're hearing it from another perspective, it
Mhm.
kind of like, wow. Well, the person had said, and I can't remember, but it was on Family, on series Family
Family
for
focus on
Focus,
family.
and he was saying that you cannot, we pray about a situation, and that's true. We do. We pray about these situations, but some things. He said you can't keep praying yourself out of behavior that you continue to choose to be in
Mm.
and not change.
Right.
So, we pray about something, but we still continue to behave in that behavior that is causing these things, uh, these consequences
Right.
or these circumstances,
Right.
and not making some changes
Mhm.
in the behavior, shifting the mindset or
Mhm.
changing the environment, but we keep making the same choices
Mm.
but we pray about it, but we continue.
Right.
What are you
We
doing
pray for
after we
right.
change this? Because
Right.
that go back to pray, participate. You got to put it into practice.
Right.
Whatever you're praying for, God give you at some point. God give you some plan.
He has
So
to.
now you
Yeah.
give you. You got to put it into what practice. Paul
Right.
said, "Take these things that you have heard and learned and put them into practice."
Yeah.
We got to put them into practice, guys. This work, it's just not going to arbitrarily happen. God's will is not just automatic.
Right.
It's some things that you have to do.
Right, and put in place. And like you said, it's all about choices.
Yeah.
The word also says, choose this day, choose life, choose the blessing. So, it's about choices. And sometimes we make the easy choices because we think some things are an unfair exchange or some things are just so hard. But we have to understand if God has given us to us, then He's given us the grace to do it. And he'll give us the provision in order to do it. So we'll have the resources and the things that we need to do. That's why one of the first things that we need to do, if you haven't done it, is seek the kingdom first. Seek the kingdom first because why? The Creator knows the purpose of a thing,
Right.
and we are things, are creations of the Creator. So we have to seek the kingdom first. We have to have a relationship with the Father, so that Holy Spirit can speak to us and let us know the deep things of God and what God has for us. So first and foremost, as you move and shift into the year 2025, seek the kingdom first
Right.
because
Yes.
God knows all things, He knows all things. And ask the question that Paul answered, what would you have me do? And you already may have a relationship with God, but what are the things that that you need to do? God has been pulling on you to do, and you've just been putting them off, putting them off. I'm talking to myself right now too, and you've been putting them off and putting them off and putting them off. Now, make that choice to go ahead and move forward to do the things that that you need to do. When we seek the kingdom first, the word says that all these things will be added to us.
Right.
You know, so yeah,
Exactly.
seek the
And
kingdom
I like
first.
what you just said, Coach, and seeking God first, in prayer, meditation, and then, doing what the word said, not only just being hearer of the word, but be doers of the word,
Hmm.
So we have to, in it's seeking God first, because sometimes we seek out external things,
Most
these
definitely.
temporary things that can satisfy us, for the moment or make us happy for the moment. But when we seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, he said all these things. God already know what we need.
Hmm.
He already knows what we need. So he will provide every need, to us. And so, but if we're trusting him, if we're seeking him, God know how to get to us what we need
Right.
when we need it. But it goes back to what choices are we making in our
There
lives?
you go. Back on us.
What are some of the
Back
things
on
that
us.
the accountability and the responsibility comes back on us?
Hmm.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Right.
What are we saying? Patrick and I would have a conversation this morning, and we was just talking about words. How so critical our words are. By our words we justified, and by our words we are condemned. Our words are so
Yes, they
powerful.
are.
We have seed in these words.
Mhm.
So
Life.
life, and and we don't understand. I think they said that like the ship is so big, but the bit of it, that
Yeah, the
stir.
tongue, like
I'm
the
thinking about
tongue.
the horse, but
Yeah,
yes, but
the
it
rudder.
stirs.
Yeah,
I mean, it turns
turns
and
it either way it want to
want to
go.
go.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with our words and be slow to speak and quick to what? Hear.
Right.
And so, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that even more. I done got much better, and that's what I celebrate. So I don't get condemned. What you know, I don't condemn myself, but I work on what once I'm aware of it,
Mhm.
now I'm gonna do something, and that's the key. When you become aware of something, you are fully responsible
Mhm.
because when you don't know, you do it in ignorancy,
Ignorance.
right?
Mhm.
But when you know, now you know, you do what's
Right.
supposed to do right. You put in
Right.
place, But it's such amazing when you just start getting revelations of things. So you
Mhm.
just want to kind of like just let me look at myself. Where's my thinking at today?
Mhm. Mhm.
How what I'm thinking about. What are my words? Let the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be
Mhm.
acceptable and pleasing to your sight. And so, one thing I have done is just spending so much quality time with God. I do that anyway, but I have intentionally doing it more.
Mhm.
Taking this rest of the year, I started December the 1st, just coming off of social media. Most of the stuff that go out is already scheduled and stuff. It just go out, but just kind of pulling away from that and just drawing nigh God, drawing nigh Him. He said, "You draw nigh Him, He'll draw unto you." So we just seeking Him for direction and guidance. And as we shifting into 2025, we gonna need directions.
Most definitely.
We're gonna need some direction.
and,
We're gonna
and
need some clarity.
Right.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's
Go
why
ahead.
it all starts with you start with your faith. Seek the kingdom first. Read your Bible. Study the word of God. It's so important during this season for you to discover your purpose. So you can walk out your destiny. Prayer. Prayer is so important because it expresses yourself, gives you the opportunity to talk to God, to be intimate with God. It shows action, puts action behind your faith, what you're believing for. Like Jackie mentioned, prayer, praise, and participation. Those three things had to take place as we seek the kingdom, as we get in the word, because God is going to speak to you. We don't go into prayer for God to be silent. No.
And there is a
Sometimes we just
time
don't
to,
listen, but we go
yeah.
into prayer. No, I said we don't go into prayer for God to be silent.
Oh,
We could go into prayer and be silent so that we can hear and,
yeah.
listen to God. Yeah. But what I said was we don't go into prayer, make a petition and asking God and talking to God for him to be silent towards us. No, he'll talk back to us. He'll speak back to us. And when he do those things, then we have to participate in the plan that he has for our life. Meditation, think positive. We go into prayer. You don't want to come out of prayer and be negative, and speak down like Jackie say, this tongue, this mouth, these words have life.
Life
God
and
created the
death.
whole
Yeah.
eternity with the words of his mouth. When he said something, he cannot lie because matter, if he said, it must align itself with what he said.
Right.
So, we are children of God and our words have life to them. And if you really think about it and look over your life, you can probably, and you be honest with yourself, you can say, man, I used to say this all the time and now I'm living it. So you have to change your
Yeah.
thinking first and think positive so that when what comes out of your mouth is positive. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have all kind of thoughts going through your head throughout the day or whatever, but you don't take those thoughts,
Give it life.
right? You don't give it life. And how do you take a thought? You take a thought by saying it. You give it life. So if you don't take it, it's going to be there, but don't take it. God say just reverse it. Think on those things that are holy, that are pure, all of these different things, and you have the power to do that.
Yeah, our pastor just said last Wednesday in Bible study, he was just talking about the thought. Don't, I think he said, don't just let them sit there.
Mm.
Don't let them sit there freely. Don't let them freely just sit there. Do what the word say, cast them down.
Mhm.
Immediately and bring them under the obedience, bring them under subjection.
Right.
So whatever the negative thought is, you got to replace it with a positive
Got to.
thought.
You have to.
You can
Yeah.
replace it with the word, replace it with a positive thought, And somebody come to try to remind you of your past, you remind them, no, I don't know who that is.
Mhm.
That's something
That's
I
not
did
me
in
anymore.
ignorance.
Right.
I don't know, but this is who I am now.
Right.
This is who I am now. And so we have to make sure, like I said, do a self inventory of yourself.
Mhm.
Look at yourself. Just look at yourself, and I always say, ask God that right question. Some of us we don't want to ask God questions. I mean, we go to our parents, or we and ask questions. We go to our friends and we ask them questions, but ask God these questions. A lot of us don't ask because we don't want to know the
That's
answer,
good. That's true. That's true.
because it's going to require us changing, or He's going to require something of you.
Mhm.
I've been taking a journey through Proverbs, and I tell you, I read Proverbs all the time.
Wisdom.
And I tell you, the wealth of wisdom in there. It's like this it's jumping out at me now.
Mm.
It's just so jumping out. And so I just been journaling through, taking my time along with God and just journaling through Proverbs and really, really allowing it to speak to me.
Right.
And I tell you, the revelation and understanding and the word of knowledge that has been poured in, into me from God, from this word.
That's it.
It's amazing.
That's what
And
it's
then
all about.
and Psalms and then combining that with Psalms, and so
And that's a
everybody
good feeling when that exchange like that
yes,
takes place.
it's you
God
have
downloads. That's a good feeling.
you
Yeah.
have some you got to change
That's
when
first.
when it get illuminated in you and
His
it gets
purpose.
down in here, it has to change. And just like anything else, when you allow
Mhm.
negativity to freely negative thoughts and your mindset be negative, and if you allow it freely to stay there, eventually
Right.
get in the heart, and you don't want it to get in your heart.
Right.
Now you got to do a heart transplant.
Right. You know, and
You got a
and
heart condition.
I've heard this said before. Don't allow bitterness or issues that you have to take life in your
Yep.
life. Just all things that we go through here. Just give it time and space.
Right.
Don't let it dictate your life, the rest of your life. It may dictate something for a moment because you may be angry or frustrated about something, but don't let that take up root. Don't let that dwell in you so that it takes life in you, right?
Right.
And become who you are. We go through issues, we go through things. Let those things just have their time and their space, and
Right.
we move through them. We move past them, and we become better because of them. But we don't let them, the issue, the problem, dictate who we are, who we become, the decisions that we make. I think that's so very important. And in saying that, as we talk about shifting into 2025, we just want to really just hit on the spiritual part of it first because we believe that that's the most important part of moving and shifting into
That's the
2025.
foundation. That's
If
the
we get
ground.
that piece right, then everything else will take care of itself. But let's talk about forgiveness, Jackie. Forgiveness means different things to different people,
Right.
but it generally requires an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger.
Mm.
Don't means that you're gonna forget it, but you have to let go of it because you know forgiving is for you. It's for your wellness. It's for your health. It's for your to keep your relationship in good tact with God, so that God hears our prayer and answers our prayer. So we can't hold unforgiveness against people. How would we like God to hold unforgiveness against
Mm.
us for the things that we've done? So that's how we have to look at it. So forgiveness moving into 2025 is so important. Some things you're just gonna have to let go. If you can rebuild, if you can get it right, then get it right. But if not, then forgive and move forward.
Yeah. And it takes, and you do it by faith.
Hmm.
you know, and it's a process. It's a process of healing. It's a process of rebuilding trust,
Hmm.
and in confident in a person. That doesn't mean that you have to go, be open back, to, because God, you got to guard your heart,
Hmm.
but you forgive, you forgiven when you're not talking about it anymore,
Right.
and it just don't sting
It doesn't
anymore.
bother
It's
you.
just kind of
Right.
like, now I can pray genuinely for
Hmm.
you, for your deliverance, for God to, and so and it's sincere now. Like
Right.
Pastor talked about, a sincere prayer,
Right.
just talking to God, and as long as it's sincere. But I want to take a pause and say, listen, if you have something on your heart right now, and I believe some people do, they really have something on their heart, go ahead and give us a call. The number is 706-592 uh
88.
8862. 706-592 8862.
And it's scrolling across the bottom.
And it's scrolling across the bottom. Go ahead, just call, sign. This is just a conversation,
Or
so
share with us.
we
Share
share
with
with
us.
us.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you guys. We welcome your views and your opinions, and we would love to hear from you, because we all, iron sharpen iron. It's something you may say that may resonate with us,
Hmm.
and so, and it may help
Help somebody out there.
somebody else. So we just don't know, and tell people how God has helped you and delivered you, and so just finding things to be grateful for,
Hmm.
showing others grace. That doesn't mean you don't get mad at people
Right.
and they make you angry, because I'm telling you, you have to die to that flesh. I
Mhm.
tell you, honey,
Right. But as we can.
it can be hard.
All right. It could be challenging,
It can
but
be challenging. That's why
when.
Christ is. You have to do all things through Christ. You
Right.
got to. It's his. Like, no, no. Let me go back. It's like what you said. What if God don't forgive me if He hold those same things against
Hmm.
me? And that's what you have to look at it from that
Hmm.
perspective. And let God handle the rest of it.
Most definitely, especially we have to learn that some things we just can't fix, and
Mm-mm.
some people you can't fix. We can only fix ourselves, and the
That's it.
things that we control. So, as I said earlier, things that hurt or offend us,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna always be with you. But
Yeah.
forgiveness lessens that grip that it has on you.
Yeah.
It does. You don't give it that time, and you give it that space. You don't allow it to live there so that it dictate how you treat others, right? So, as I said, just don't give it life. Don't allow people to rule your life who are no longer in your life. Some of us are holding unforgiveness of people that are not even in our life anymore.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, so
But you know what? Let me say something, Patrick. And I had got our volume is low, so our technician just telling us our volume is low. So
mm,
on here, so I don't know if it's us or it's the computer, the
it
settings on
sounds
there.
coming out pretty good. So
Yeah, we hear us, but they can't. They said it's low.
everything's jumping over here.
Okay, and maybe it's just the I don't know, the social media from the point. So um, I was coach was telling me, he said, Jackie, you just cannot control. You got to stop trying to control how people um, treat you, or you can trying to, control a situation that you have no control over, because you can't change a person. Some people have their way, and so some people have their way of the way they think. Everybody has a different she said it just could be her. So everybody have their way. We're gonna get back into this conversation. Everybody have their upbringing. Everybody have they different way of thinking, or how they used to think. That doesn't mean it's right, wrong, or indifference. But you can't control that. You can't change a person thinking and their thought and how they think, or the way they view things, or how they see things. You have no control over that.
Right.
And that's one thing that I had to do. I had to learn. And ain't that I was trying to control people. It's just that I'm built that way. I'm built that way. I just want to see people get along. I just want people to do what's right. Like saying I do everything right, but it's just that's just my nature and how I built. I've been like that all my life. That I can remember. I just been like that. That's just the person that I have been.
Mhm.
So naturally, So and I just started praying the prayer of serenity. Let me to
Control what you can
yeah,
control.
what you can
Let go what
control
you.
and let go what I can't, because that stuff adds stress to your life. It can put unforgiveness in your heart. It can make you be resentful to people and not like people, because we all have issues.
Yeah.
We all have issues. Some greater degree than others, but we all have our own battle.
Most definitely.
See, but we're not. It's battles that people don't even see,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't show it and we don't talk about it.
Mm.
But we all have those battles. We all have to pick our cross up every day, bear that cross every day, and we
Most
got
definitely.
we got to press.
Press towards the
We
mark.
gotta press. It's those battles only you and God, and no one else.
Yeah. One of the main things about forgiveness is, if the relationship is important, then work to cultivate it. If the relationship is important, if it's a relationship that hey, I can, this, although it may be important to you, but it just has to change. You just have to put molecules between you and that person, or that environment, or whatever it may be. Then that's what you have to do to move forward and be good with what you're doing. So Jack, let's talk about some adopting some healthy habits
Let's get into practical
as
with.
we move into shift into the
Yes,
2025.
yes. So how do we want to look at where we're at right now? Look at what's going well. What's going well? And how can we do better?
Mm,
It's okay. Everything is going well. This is ain't reinventing the wheel. This is going well. But how? Look at areas that
right.
I can improve and do a little bit better here.
Hmm.
I can do a little bit better here.
Right. And that's in everything that we
And
just
that's
talked
in
about. Yeah.
everything we
Every
just
area.
talked about, not just eating and exercise and moving. Those are the two things that people pop off in the new year. But what are some areas in my life right now? Take the time, go ahead, and guys, meditate on those things. Ask
Mhm.
God, what is some areas in my life that I can do better in? What are
Right.
some behaviors
Right.
in my life that I can improve in? That can just be better. I'm doing okay, but I can do a little bit better
Hmm.
than what I was. It's like
Right.
that next level of thinking, that
Right.
next level of how we speak and how we talk, how we spend our time intentionally in prayer or doing more volunteering in the community, just whatever I'm just throwing things
Yeah,
out
whatever it may
there.
be for
So
you.
whatever it may be, because just more time writing what I'm grateful for, whether it's big or small, just being thankful
Right.
and being grateful, intentionally just doing more for others.
Most definitely.
So just whatever it is, just get before God and okay, God, what are these things that just better and creating. And this is we talking and we also talking about just adopting healthy habits to lead to physical wellness,
Right. Right.
you know, taking better.
Optimal, because so many people want better
Yeah,
physical wellness,
but
and
we
in order to do that, you gotta
right,
adopt some healthier habits. You gotta do something different.
right,
You may be doing well, but you're saying, I still want to lose this, or I want to, feel better, or whatever it may be. Then you have to do something in order to make that better. And some of us are not even, doing the basic things that we should be doing, like your routine checkups, having a healthy, balanced diet that includes nutrient dense foods, being physically active. Listen, the body is made to move. You have to move it. You don't have to beat it up, if you're not trying to run a marathon or be a bodybuilder, but you got to take care of it. You got to move it, and you got to feed it the right things. You got to rest. You got to give the body rest, but
mm,
so that you
that's
can
good.
rejuvenate and just reset. And then so important too, the mental aspect. You got to manage that stress. So, all of these things are beneficial in helping you to adopt healthy habits. It's so important for you to on purpose try to do those things, and you don't have to wait till the new year. You can start doing those things right now. Just know that the little changes you make and sustain leads to big results as it
Yes,
pertains to your health and well-being.
yes, and even in where it comes to your your nutrition need, look at those areas in your life, okay, and just ask yourself do I need to drink a little bit more water, and I'm coming to realize, I drink water, but it's just as you age, I realize you need a little bit more water than what you
Oh
normally
yeah.
used to drink water. And I'm like, wow. And just needing it because I had told her, I said, I think I'm feeling, I've been dehydrated one time.
Hmm.
And I said, I never want to go back there again. And I said, I think, and for this last week, I said, wait a minute. So I just on purpose and I, felt better. But even though I'm drinking water, but you need a little bit more water. Well, things in your body come to find out things in your body changes, so your body can get dehydrated even easier and quicker as you age
Hmm.
because things change in your body, so you have to have a little bit more water, just even as you rise up in the morning drinking you some water, add a little lemon to it. That helps. Lemons have many benefits,
And drinking warm water in
and
the morning
drinking
too.
warm,
Yeah.
a little warm water in the morning with some lemon kind of help get wake
Yeah.
that digestive system up and kind of get things rived up and moving. So just drinking throughout the day, just drinking more water. If you find yourself, oh, I haven't had any water in about a couple of hours, now you want to just make sure, okay, let me get a little bit more
And there's many
water
benefits
in.
in it too. It helps your skin, it helps your
Right.
nails and things like that.
Yes.
So there are benefits in
Yes,
that.
it's
So
very benefit because
right.
I had told Coach, I said, look at my nails, and I had noticed they had was got a little red, and he can tell and they just growing and so strong and long, and so I just thought I said, wow, so
Mhm.
guys, drink up, hydrate,
Right.
drink your water, put you some fruit or something in it, watch out for the sugary flavor water, you don't
Hmm.
want to, that can, it's okay, but don't overdo it.
Right. And we'll get more into, healthier aspect, talking about wellness and things, especially during the upcoming month, because so many people get in that, and we like to, try to help them through it. But one of the things you can do as you try to adopt healthy habits is avoid unhealthy habits. Just
Right.
avoid it. There's no managing it. Tobacco, drugs, excessive alcohol use, unhealthy eating, things like that. You have to try to avoid those things as best as you can until you build yourself up in order to be totally delivered, from tobacco, from drugs, excessive alcohol use, and things of that nature. Unhealthy eating, like emotional eating, A lot of people, when they stress, or many people when they stress, they lean to food, and it's usually unhealthy food. So know your numbers, like your cholesterol, your weight, your blood pressure, your blood sugar levels. Know all of those things. And if you already are someone that's have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol levels, then
You're
manage
managing
it.
any type
Manage
of
it.
illness or
Right.
ailments, guys, just
Manage it.
make sure you're managing it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're not well.
Right.
You're just managing it well.
You got to manage
Um,
it, and that
and
makes you the healthier that you can be. Manage
exactly,
it,
so
because we
that
know so
doesn't
many
make you
people.
unhealthy because you
Right.
don't have, you're not moving through. We don't claim anything, but sometimes the body, when it goes through, it ages, it
Mhm.
kind of go through some things. So you just have to, make adjustments,
Mhm.
make changes. You
It's
got
part
to
of your lifestyle.
It is. You got to tweak some
Right.
things, and maybe I just can't eat that.
Mhm.
As it's, I call it foods that you just should just avoid.
Mhm.
Period. Some things I can occasionally, far in between, and something I can get away eating a little bit more.
Most definitely.
And we're in that season where we getting lots and lots of baked goods.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
You get
I
more
mean,
baked
everything we
goods.
do around the holidays around food, family, and
It's
food.
associates with food,
Mhm.
desserts, and all this. So, but just kind of keep those things balanced, and keeping your body in sync, meaning keep it at a homeostasis stage. You know when your body is off. You know
Mhm.
when it's off sync.
Most definitely.
You just want to get it back, and that could just be I'm too busy, I need to rest, or I'm eating too much sugar, or whatever it could be. Get that body back into balance, because I mean I know when I'm off balance, I have to pull away and just kind of like I just got to get myself
Right.
um, back into balance, back into tune. So
Right. So we've just been talking about, several things really, but we're just talking about shifting into 2025 and you assessing and analyzing yourself, and what you can do as you prepare to move into 2025 to do things differently, to do things that you've been knowing that you should do. But, as it pertains to your health and well being, and assess your current fitness levels and then get the clearance from your doctor if you haven't been doing anything, especially before you get started working out. And then everything begins with a foundation.
right,
Everything we've talked about today as it pertains to spiritual forgiveness, all of these things begin with a foundation, and that foundation is that, you know what do you need to do to have something to build upon, because without a foundation we can't even begin to build whatever it is we're trying to build.
right.
We can't begin to change whatever it is we're trying to change. So you have to set some goals in your life. Let that be your foundation, and hold yourself accountable to those goals that you make for your life. The word says, without a vision, the people perish, stumble all over themselves. Have a vision for your life. Have a vision for your family.
When I think about
Write
finance,
it
coach,
down.
think
Write it
about
down.
finance, we
Yeah.
didn't hit on that. Even just how can I do better in my finance? Is there some overdue debt I need to pay off? And maybe that I need to just kind of start working on that. Get God involved and let Him
That's
give you a
right. Give you a plan.
plan on how, and He will. You may not like the plan. That mean I may have to set aside or get rid of some things for a
Hmm.
season,
Hmm.
or just, and that has happened to me, and I had to do that. Not that I was in debt. It's just that God just kind of,
Well, God will open your eyes and
yeah, and it just made
show you
me,
some things
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I was putting a temptation in front of me that making me spend more
Hmm.
than what I really needed. So
You was
it ain't
actually
that I can.
you was actually taking the temptation. The devil puts it out there. He puts all that stuff out there, right? And we go
But
into
I
these different
still, well,
environments
having that little
and we
card
make
just
that
made it
choice.
easier.
Hmm.
It's no different than
Of
I
course,
just have, and I
it's a
just,
setup.
I just can't. I love butter pecan ice cream, y'all. I do. But I can't bring it in this house
Hmm.
because you know what's gonna happen, right?
It all get eaten up.
It'll get all ate
Yeah,
up.
that's
So
why you have to go out
I'd
and get
rather
it.
go out and
Make
get
it an effort.
a little kid scoop far in between,
Mhm.
and then I have a friend of mine's. Then, and I'm gonna put the little blame on her a little bit because she didn't introduce me to Ziggy's. So, and I'm like, I ain't been down there. I think it's been what, months now. So I try to space it for in between. So she didn't, but I tell you, she didn't introduce me to Ziggy, and it's like, oh God. Yeah, so we have a comment. I just really would like to draw people in with this. We have said, don't allow condemnation to creep. When we need to forgive and let go. When we need to make changes, ask for help and make changes. Acknowledge your progress.
That's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Show yourself some grace. Celebrate your progress. Look at, I tell you, I know y'all can look back on 2024 right now and see some of the things that you have done well.
Well, that's right.
Focus on what you have done well.
No matter how
And
small it seems.
the things that didn't get done, all right, show yourself some grace and just pick it up if you need to pick it up. If this is the direction you're shifting in and going in, pick it up or just let it go. So
Don't dwell on
don't
it.
dwell on it.
Don't
Don't
condemn
condemn yourself. Like Sharon said, don't condemn yourself. Just okay. I didn't complete this. But
Move on.
focus on the things that you did well this year.
Right.
I am so grateful that I published. God allowed me to publish a book, and I didn't think in a million years that I would be able to do that. I used to always have it here, but just to see it manifest,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. But that book did not come just it didn't come out there like that just to come. My husband is getting rid of the what you call them, trying to
Getting rid of what?
the comments. And
Oh.
so he getting fat fingers over here. I like that. Great wisdom. Make adjustment for the long haul. That's good. And you got to make adjustment. You got to tweak things. You just got to make adjustment. That's part of life.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was talking about, I said that book did not come without a cost. And that's what I want people to understand. My book did not come without a cost.
Mm-hmm.
There was some dying of self through this whole process. It was dying to self. It was choosing intentionally
Mm-hmm.
to die to a whole lot of flesh and self and stuff. So that book just didn't just da 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 and put it out there. No, I was an open book. I'm an open book in my book. If you purchased the book and read it, I'm an open book in there.
Mm-hmm.
But God allowed it. But I had to get to a point because God said, I'm well. He said, you well. You're doing great. You're doing well. He said, but you're not whole. It's areas in your life you're not whole.
Well, I like how you told a story one time about how when you started writing your book, you was writing about health and wellness,
Wellness.
how to do this, and God said that ain't the book that I told you to write.
Mm-mm.
And so God flipped that thing 360, and then
Yes.
you were obedient in it. You didn't fight that. And God said, no, you need to tell a story that's gonna deliver, that's gonna help people, come from a place of wellness to wholeness. And you accepted that call and you ran with it and you did an awesome job with it.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
So go ahead. You
Yeah,
still
but
have
we're
something else
not
to say?
done. I'm already working on the next. So that's what we got to do. So we got to press forward and start just pick up. It didn't happen. The plan in the heart of man, but God, truth shall prevail. So I didn't get the workbook out that I wanted to get out, but it's coming. It's the season and it's timing and season
Most definitely.
for when things gonna happen. Now, of course, delay. You
Your faith.
you have to look at yourself, and say, okay, where am I putting most of my time when I can be doing more productive things? So okay,
Right. So
so but still, no condemnation.
right. So and
It-
that leads us into this because folks got to get their Christmas shopping this weekend. So we're gonna let y'all get out of here. Just don't be realistic. Don't be realistic when you're setting your foundation.
Be realistic.
Don't be unrealistic. I'm
Unre-
sorry.
okay.
Don't be unrealistic when you're setting your foundations. Don't be unrealistic when you're setting your goals. Set sustainable goals. You want something that's going to challenge you, but you don't want nothing that's going to create frustration and be too hard for you to do. So be honest with yourself. What can you do at this point? Because it's all about what you're not doing.
And your
You know you can do it, right? You can attain it. You're capable. So set those type of sustainable goals, not goals of you not dreaming, not looking at somebody else in their progress and try to jump on where they're at now. You don't know how long they've been in that process. You set your goals and make them sustainable.
and they got grace to do it, the ability.
Most definitely.
We all given the ability to do what God has given us to do. If He give us a vision, He give us provision.
Right.
So He's going to provide the grace. He's going to provide us everything we need on the journey. And see, and that's what we got to focus on. Y'all can't miss this journey. Stop looking at the end result. Focus on that
On
journey.
the journey.
In that journey, you're
Development.
gonna develop.
Mm.
There's going to be some highs. There's going to be some lows. There's going to be some struggle
Mhm.
in that journey.
Makes you
But
better.
you are discovering and uncovering
Makes you better.
who you are
Yeah.
and who you are becoming, who you are still becoming.
Most definitely.
And so this is a journey. This is a continuing journey that never stops
Lifestyle.
until you reach that point of, hey, I done finished my race, I done fought my course. And that, other than that, you keep going on this journey. And on that journey, on each path of that journey, God provides something,
Most definitely.
something. And it may be a journey, a season where you go through, and then it may be a journey, a season where God say, okay, I need you to lay that down. I'm requiring
Mm.
more from you right now. I need you to let that go. That flesh will fight you.
Oh yeah.
That's when momentum come in. Because now momentum, you get this and you're like, okay, that momentum kind of, you lose your motivation. And so, but you got to keep the momentum going.
Right.
You
So-
got to keep it going. You got to keep it going. You keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Think of the goodness of the God. Don't be selfish in, doing what you're doing. Always look at what you're doing can better and help others.
Most definitely.
What is it going to do to help others and bless others? And always looking at that.
Right. And what's going to help you drive that momentum, drive that motivation is your desire, is your qualified desires, your
Ooh.
qualified why. And we're going to talk about these things in the year coming.
Yep.
That's going to be your driving force because it's going to
Mhm.
be something that you desire to do, something that you desire to change or have. Right.
And
But-
let me say, you said something. I'm sorry. And make sure that desire is coming from a healthy place.
Right, most definitely.
Yes.
So, whatever you do just needs to be sustainable. If it's sustainable, you're going to be able to maintain it. Growth happens when we challenge ourselves. So don't be afraid to set challenging, but as I said, attainable goals and work towards them. Think about the things that you know that you can do. You know you can do it. They've been on my priority list forever, and I know I can do this. All I got to do is do this and this and this and this, and it'll be done. Set those goals. Set that foundation on how you're going to do it. Then make yourself some action plans or action steps. Actually write it down. Be specific on how you are going to accomplish it, when you're going to get started, what day, what time you're going to do these different things, how you're going to do it. Write that contract with yourself and hold yourself accountable. Jackie, that's
Yes.
all I got for this morning.
Yeah, and that's it. You have to put some practical wisdom in place, guys. There's work. You can't, and just like I'm about to say, it's just not just going to happen. There's some things that you got to do. You got to run after that prophecy. You got to run after that vision. You got to take hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to put some work in there. It's work.
All right.
And you got to put the work in.
Right.
But God gives us the ability to do it.
Yeah. Anything
'Cause
that's
and He makes it easier.
anything that's worth having is going to require some
Requires
effort on
some
our
work,
part,
yeah.
I always talk about those 3 F's: faith, finances, and fitness. To have those three
Yes.
working in your life, you have to put some effort into
Yes.
obtaining it.
Yes. And so, guys, we thank you guys for tuning in. We're a little bit over, but that's okay. This was a great conversation. Go back, share this later. Share it with someone. Go back later, listen at it again. But, guys, we are shifting in 2025.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you are trying to do? What changes are you trying to make? Where are areas in your life that you are trying to be a better you? So, guys, just look at those things. Ask God those questions. Get before God. Draw near Him, and He will draw near you, and He will give you the next direction for His plan and purpose for your life.
He'll do it every time. He never misses. Listen, guys, thank you for listening to Health Matters. Like our Facebook at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Health Matters, Jackie and Coach.
Guys, remember, guys, we are here to help you to be a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We always like to leave you guys with 3 John 2. Beloved, wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper, guys. Guys, it's cold out there. Wrap up. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Christmas. We all know that the reason for the season is Christ. He wasn't born on that day, but he was born. So we celebrate the birth of him. And thank God that he gave us his very best, his only begotten son. So you remember that in this season and all time, remember that. So guys, have a blessed and healthy day. Wrap up. Be safe out there. Be aware of your surroundings. We love you guys. We're going to see you guys as we shift into 2025.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy New Year,
and
be
Happy
blessed.
New Year.
Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go.
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up. Cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goals.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.